everyone. Now, my next guest has been on with me before. We're live on Facebook again. Hi to everybody. Like us and follow us, and we're going to share the show. And I think that people should also check out the YouTube show, too, and you can subscribe. Can you subscribe on Facebook, too? No, you don't have to there, but definitely you can go to our Facebook page and also the YouTube page and subscribe as well. I'm with my next guest. He's been on with me once before. I have with me Chris Stinnett. He's the owner of Foresight Property Inspections. Welcome back to the show. Tell everybody a little bit about yourself and what makes you different, okay, and yet the same maybe, but different completely than other people. Go ahead.
All right. Like any inspector, I inspect homes. I help people understand what they're getting when they're or what they're selling, or if they have a home that's existing and they just want to know its condition. Maintenance inspections can play a huge role in someone who's been in a home for a bit, but we pass by a lot of these things and don't notice the tall tale signs of possible damage that's going to happen. And so you buying, selling, living, I inspect. But the one thing that does make me a little different from a high majority is I really, really focus highly on quality and taking time with my clients. So rather than run around and trying to get as many inspections in a day, I limit it to 2 in some cases of the home on the size of the home. 1, I want to make sure I got enough time to really go through the home. And I want to make sure I've got enough time to speak with the clients afterwards to answer any questions they have, but really understand their investment, what they're selling or what they're living in, so they understand completely what's going on. And
I know, but also that's something that you want to talk about today that's important for people to know that you specialize too in, which is thermal imaging and infrared scan and the infrared scanning. Let's talk a little bit about that and why anybody would want to do that.
That's one of the most misunderstood technologies we have, but for the inspector, it's probably one of the greatest tools that we have in our tool belt. Most people think that it's X-ray vision. They think, even a lot of professionals, realtors and things of that nature will even, you're looking at moisture. And it's far beyond that. A lot of times, even someone that's in thermography doesn't know what they're going to find. And with a thermal camera, you can't even see through water. But what you can detect that the naked eye can't detect is thermal differences. So yes, a leak from a roof or leak from a plumbing that you may not be able to see with the eye, the thermal difference that it gives off when water starts to evaporate is noticeable with a thermal camera. Beehives have been found in walls of homes because of a heat signature it leaves that you would have never seen with the naked eye. I've been able to tell in homes that have been remodeled, windows that have been taken out and walled over in a block home. Overheating electrical. I just was looking at an electrical panel in one of my thermal scans, and you could see where there was an imbalance in heat in between some 2-pole breakers. And I know if you don't understand what that is, a 240 circuit, a dryer circuit, ranges, ovens. And I was able to notice that either there's loose connections, there's something going on that needs to be seen, which you'd have never seen without with the naked eye. So there's so many things that can be found, and sometimes we just don't know what we find. I found leaks in AC ductwork that, where I didn't have access in the attic, but it was giving off a thermal reading on the ceiling.
Now, this is for anybody, not just for somebody who's having their home for you to inspect it. I mean, I'm saying for anybody that's just living in their home should have this done because they could be losing money, correct?
Yeah, I've found leaks around door frames that are allowing air in or out, around windows. So, it leaves a thermal anomaly on the wall or around the door where this air is coming in or going out. If you live in the home and you're just attic, insulation, where's the insulation? You can see the thermal difference when there's a lack of insulation or anything like that happening. I just recently got a call from someone I used to work with years ago. He had a leak in his bedroom and couldn't figure out exactly what was the process. But using the thermal camera, I was able to determine, we were able to watch using hot water that his shower pan was leaking. where it was leaking, and where the water was flowing and what was giving him those readings on his bedroom wall.
Now, we're also going to be offering everybody this thermal imaging and infrared scan. So before I do that, I just want to explain, what's the infrared scan?
Well, they're actually one and the same.
Oh,
so thermal imaging, so people don't always know. A lot of people say, well, what's thermography? What's a thermographer? Thermography is the use of a camera and reading those infrared.
So they go hand in hand.
Yeah, they're one and the same. So we could use infrared scan, and people tend to understand that more sometimes than the thermal imaging.
Well, they come hand in hand, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna open up the lines for everybody to get one entered into. How do you want to do that?
So anyone right now that would be interested in a home maintenance inspection, or they're buying or selling their home, want a pre-listing inspection or buyer's inspection, if they're interested in that, call us up, and I'll throw in a thermal imaging for free, which is typically $100 to $125 in most cases.
So our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. I think that it's more so even than for people, they should have it done. They need to know what's going on in their homes, especially if they're going to buy or sell something,
Well, absolutely. Nowadays with real estate, everybody's selling a home and they don't truly know what they're selling. And then, you go through the whole process, you negotiate, and then the buyer gets an inspection, and renegotiation has to start all over because things were found that the homeowner didn't know was wrong with the home.
Well, I also think that, and you said that this is in your toolbox, this is something that people never had before. Now we have this, so you really can find out what's wrong with the home before you're going to do anything to it.
Yes, ma'am.
So again, you could check them out on their website. You are valley-wide.
That is correct.
Okay, and your website is foresightpropertyinspection.com. Their phone number direct, it's 480-694-7199. They're rated with the Better Business Bureau, and they don't do any more than 2 inspections in a day. And the reason for that, they want to make sure they're taking care of you.
Quality over quantity.
Quality over quantity. So let's talk about the services that you provide.
Well, home inspection is a given, and then I also am a licensed termite inspector, so I add termite inspections to most home sales. It's just
you got to do it.
Yeah, most people need it. VAs definitely require it. So it makes it easier when they can call me up and say, hey, we need this, and I can set up a sewer thermal or a sewer scope. I can do the termite inspection, the home inspection, and the thermal imaging, without them having to call several different people at once.
All at the same time. You can call us here and get a thermal imaging and the infrared scan is the same thing, and they go hand in hand. Our number here, 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. This is a $125 value, free to you. Or if you know someone that might need something like this, give us a call here, 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. What is a home maintenance inspection?
So you've heard it. Either your home, someone else's home, all of a sudden the water heater leaks, drywall's ruined, there's possible mold now, and you got to get all this stuff repaired, plus replace the water heater. And when you could have spent $800 to $1,000 for the labor and the new water heater and everything to be installed, now you're paying maybe a couple grand for all the mold remediation maybe, or the drywall replacement, and it becomes a big problem. If we don't always look under our sinks, they're full of cleaners and everything else, and we don't notice these little leaks, and we walk past them every day, we just don't see them. There could be tall signs that maybe you're not seeing. We never get on our roof. Who climbs on the roof?
Never.
And it's one of the most neglected items, which usually ends up leading to roof leaks when there's too much debris or things are missing. But if you can get somebody up there every 2-3 years to look over all that, now you've got a complete idea of what's coming up.
Can they call you for that?
Yes, they can.
And that's what I want to talk about, because yes, you work with people and to help them with their homes, whether you're buying or selling, But for me, when I sit and listen to you, I think it's important for people to just do it as on a regular, every couple of years or a year or whatever it is basis to make sure that their houses that they're living in even, are okay.
Absolutely. And then when it comes to sell, it makes it easier to sell.
Exactly. It's already done. So our number here, 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. Get entered in to win a thermal imaging. It's an infrared scan for your home. It's $125 value, free to you. It's ForesightPropertyInspection.com. Welcome back, everyone. We're talking with Chris Dennett. He's the owner of Foresight Property Inspections. He's valley-wide. He's rated with the Better Business Bureau. And you can call him direct. His phone number is 480-694-7199. He also doesn't do any more than 2 inspections in a day. He does anything for you in the area of inspections, but he specializes in thermal imaging and infrared scan, which we're going to offer that to everybody to get entered in to win. This is $125 value, free to you or anyone you know. And before, when we were going on a break beforehand, I was saying how important it is for people. This is something that you should do as a maintenance just for your home every, what do you say, 1 or 2 years? How often do you think?
Every 2 to 3 years. And when you own the home, you don't have to go for the report side of things. You can actually get a cheaper side of it where, we still do the same thing. We're still doing the inspection, but we don't have to go back and write a long report. We can simply send some pictures and send you an email with the highlights of things that need to be done. And it's cheaper, and people like that because they get nervous. If I got to pay the cost of a whole inspection. Well, you don't necessarily need the report. So for those that are looking to get that option but still save some money, there are those options out there.
Okay, the number to call here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. You have something that you want to talk about. It's called it's called inspectedhouses.com. And you're real proud of it, so let's talk about it.
I am. I'm actually quite excited too. Technology changes, and right now you got a lot of these iBuying companies out there that offer to give you, a value for your home to be able to buy your home from you without, dealing with realtors and the home showings and things like that. And, for some people that is good, but for a lot of people, a lot of them get disappointed at the amount of fees that come along with that. So they lose a good chunk of their capital beyond realtors' fees and things for those iBuying companies. So what we have done is try to preserve that one-on-one time with clients, realtors, the inspectors, and we have built a home searching platform that kind of like Zillow and all these other ones, but rather than take any information from the realtors, scrub their information, or get information from their clients and try to sell it back to realtors and all this, what we do instead is we actually partner with them, and we help them market their listings. We help them generate leads off those listings, and they're theirs. They don't go to any other realtors or anything. We don't take any clients' information, but we help them move their houses. The other great side of that is, that it works really good with pre-listing inspections. And then we have an option where that port can be bought for the potential buyers that are looking. So not only does the seller know about their product that they're selling, the buyers get a chance to look at what they've got inspected, what they decided to fix, not to fix, and now they can feel more confident in spending the money when they get their inspection as a buyer. It really brings out the full integrity of real estate, and it changes the frustrations in real estate the way it's done today.
So is it for the public? Or is it for the real estate agents, or both, or what? All.
And that's the beauty of it. It's a win-win-win, which is exactly what we were going for. It helps save time for the realtors. It helps save surprises and money for the home seller. Real estate, the way it's done, you go in, you find a home, and you put money down in a home, or you get your negotiation going, you agree on a price. And then the buyer comes in and gets his inspection, and lo and behold, there's a surprise. Sometimes it's big surprises. And all of a sudden now in this last minute, the 11th hour, the seller's got to pay premium prices for work to be done. Maybe they weren't ready to do that kind of work. With a pre-listing inspection, they can actually take their time, get better pricing, get these things repaired, and now they've got a report to show what they've done. And now these potential buyers are really liking the idea of seeing a report and going, oh, because now they're not having to run house to house. They can see things are be done and more easily pick a home that they feel confident in looking at. But it also saves the realtors a lot of time and money because now they're not having to necessarily show a bunch of unnecessary homes. And then on top of that, they're getting their homes marketed through another platform where we help work with them, but we also help generate those leads.
So the website is inspectedhouses.com. So if you've got an inspected house by you or whoever, right?
That's right.
You can list that house. They do it through you?
We'll put it on the platform, but the homeowner does need to give permission for all this because it is their home. So we make sure that the homeowner gets to activate it. But and we're working right now so that the realtors will be able to upload all their information themselves. One of the things that we did is this was built by inspectors for inspectors and realtors, but also to really make the process of buying and selling a home much easier, so that way, as inspectors and as realtors, we're helping the clients throughout the full deal so they don't have to run to these iBuying companies for a better transaction experience and lose all that extra money.
So the website is inspectedhouses.com, and when they go on there, what do they do? Do they have to do anything, or is it just a search website?
So, as the inventory builds and as it grows, yes, just like, Zillow or anything else, you'll be able to go there and look at houses in your area.
That are good houses, they've been inspected, correct?
And now they don't have to be inspected, and they can still be on there, but there will be an option when the home is pre-inspected, which can be very enticing to home buyers to say, oh, there's a report, and they have the option to buy that report for $20.
That's awesome.
And then the great thing about it is that $20 helps go back towards the seller for their cost of the inspection. So it's a benefit everywhere. It saves the buyers money. They can look at a report for somewhat cheap and feel more confident about getting their own home inspection. But the sellers benefit from it. The realtors benefit from it. Everybody benefits from it. A much smoother transaction, and that's what we're shooting for.
And that website is inspectedhouses.com.
That is correct.
Now, again, we've got our lines open here. I'm losing my voice again. I'm sorry, folks, but it's like the weather. Talk to you a little bit about your thermal imaging for people that didn't hear it before.
So with thermal imaging, it's not there's no silver bullet out there for anything, but with thermal imaging, it gives you a second level of inspection that you just can't get with the naked eye. You could say it's opinion, but I don't know. When you look at it, you would say it's fact that, it gives you an overall better inspection. With this kind of tool now available for inspectors to get the training and everything that they need to do this, without thermal, you're just not getting that thorough home inspection that you could be getting. They're
valley-wide, and he's rated with a Better Business Bureau. We've got our lines open here for everyone to call in and get entered in to win a thermal imaging infrared home. And it's an inspection that you're going to get, a scan that you're going to get. It's $125 value, free to you or anyone you know. Our number here, 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. Go check them out on their website. It's Foresight Property Inspection. You can also call them direct. It's 480-694-7199. Check out this other website that he's real proud of. It is awesome. You can check out there's going to be lots of homes listed there, and that's in inspectedhouses.com. If you were to leave one piece of advice to leave with our clients, your clients, what would you leave them with?
No, so many people don't even realize what an inspection is for or what it does until they're buying or selling a home, and then they realize the importance of it, and then they don't know where to go. But take the time, truly look at what your inspectors are doing, know what you're getting. There's a lot of inspectors out there that may even offer thermal but may not have the same training, or may not have the same experience, or may not give the same quality of scan. Know what they're doing. What do they do? How long? What is their background?
Termite inspection, who also is you specialize in these at two different areas.
I do. Termite inspections go hand in hand, so not to have that ability seemed like to me just to be more of a hindrance.
Right.
So it was definitely worth it to me to go in and get that knowledge. And even now, today, everything keeps evolving and changing. So I'm trying to get out there and spend a day with different contractors, termite guys, Alfredo from Pest Busters. I'm working on a time to go out with him now just to up my game in that field. Get with the experts, learn about the new things that are happening because it's difficult to keep up with when you're not actually in the field doing it all the time.
The phone number to call him is 480-694-7199. I believe as I listen to you that all homeowners, whether you're going to buy or sell, right now you should be doing maintenance on your home at least every 2 or 3 years, he said. Yeah. It's a good idea to have him do it. And, you never go up on your roof. You don't know what's going on in there. You don't know what's going on in your walls. You don't want to know. That's the honest truth is most people don't really want to know.
That is quite a common thing you hear. I don't want to know.
Right. Why would I want to know?
Until it's a big problem and it costs a lot of money, and then they feel, I wish I'd have known.
Now, again, you could call him direct at 480-694-7199. We've got our lines open here, and everyone's called throughout the rest of the show. It's a thermal imaging infrared scan, and the number to call here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. That's $125 value free to you. They're rated with the Better Business Bureau. It's ForesightPropertyInspection.com.